There were two guys that had on bright orange vests that were looking like they probably were workers. And what about food products? Did you see any food or beverages? A woman drinking a Coke. And actually, there was someone coming with a lunch that they had bought in a bag. And anybody smoking, for instance? Okay, didn't seem to be. Actually, this was Montreal. Could you tell what time of day it was? Morning? 11-ish, that's a pretty good guess. Actually, if you look at the shadows, they're almost straight down. And so sometime around noon. And also, if there were people that were coming back with lunch, maybe it was lunchtime. And it's a little earlier lunchtime in Canada than in India. There was also a guy with a Canadiens jacket, and you'd have to know the Canadian hockey teams, but that's a Montreal hockey team, the Montreal Canadiens. If we watch this again, we'd probably pick up different things, and we'd be able to observe in greater detail. If you were writing field notes about what you observed, ideally you'd have a videotape like this, and this was a CCTV camera, and it was in a public place, and so it's public domain without getting permissions from everyone that was there. But if you were writing up the field notes, you should just stick to what you observed and leave the interpretation for later. There's raw data, and then there's the interpretation of the data. So when you write it up initially, just the facts of what you observed, and then later on you can begin to do some observation, some interpretation rather, and some systematic comparison if we had different sorts of footage. If we were trying to look at how people are dressed, I guess we didn't comment on that, but we could probably tell that it was a fairly warm day, some people in shorts and no sleeves and so forth. The age group of people, was there any common age group here?